Hello everyone, Ariam here, and welcome back to another episode of Cenozoic Spotlight. Today, we're talking about Brahma's beast, the Bramatherium. Bramatherium is an extinct member of a family that still exists today, the even-toed ungulates, the giraffids, and yes, that family does include the giraffes. Giraffes are fairly well known, of course, but there is one other living member of this family, the okapi. Okapi are elusive, endangered, and very strange animals that look like a zebra and a giraffe got forcibly mashed together, but in fact they are only related to the giraffe. Bramatherium is estimated to be built very similarly to an okapi, only taller and bulkier, which is why I loosely based the design of my Bramatherium on today's modern okapi. How many more times can I possibly fit the word okapi into this one short episode? Male okapi, and both sexes of giraffes, have growth structures on the top of their head called ossicones. These are closer to horns than to antlers, but in fact they are neither. They are instead a bony protrusion directly from the skull of the animal that is not covered by a keratin sheath like a horn would be, but is simply covered in a thin layer of skin. Bramatherium also had ossicones like its modern-day relatives, although it didn't just have two, like giraffes and male okapis. It actually had 4 ossicones on its head in a sort of crown structure radiating out from a center point. I mentioned that Bramatherium was built like a tall, bulky okapi, but does that mean it was closer in size to a giraffe? Not entirely, it's more of a happy medium between the two. It's estimated to have been around 7 feet tall at the shoulder, and between 9 and 10 feet in total height, not including the ossicones, and weighing in around 2,500 pounds, so quite a beefy boy. It's unclear if, like okapi, only Bramatherium males would have had these ossicones, or if, like modern-day giraffes, both sexes would have had these very fancy head ornaments. A close relative of Bramatherium, the Cenozoic, who will eventually get its own episode considering it actually does rival the modern-day giraffe in terms of size and weight, only males in that species have been found to have these ossicones, so it is very likely that Bramatherium would have been the same. So, if you think modern-day giraffes and okapi are very strange, just remember that their ancient ancestors were even weirder, and that should remind you to smile.